Welcome back, everyone, to Auburn, Massachusetts and Bowlero, Auburn. Under new management here with Natalie Berkowitz taking the reins just a couple of weeks ago, and District Manager Ivy Hudson, Ivy formerly of Shrewsbury, so two great people for the Bowlero organization here in New England, running the show around here, some great houses. And we are here for the DJs Pro Shop Non-Champs Finals, round of 16, NEBA number 983. We're on a 37-foot oil pattern, 26.6 mils, 4-1. Dry outside of 5, and it can get a little tricky out there. And we're going to talk to one of our finalists after this. And I talked to, actually, Michael Martell, who told me that the lanes were playing like measured in like a couple of arrows different from the qualifying. So interesting on how things are shifting here. We do have quite a bit of air moving around with fans and things like that, and it's a very warm day. So interesting how the pattern may not be playing true to form here, and we'll see how the bowlers adjust to it. And indeed, it is dry, technically dry outside of 5, and then there's a ramp from 6 or so, or 5, maybe 6 up to 10, and then it's pretty flat across from there. So if you can get outside and work that outside, as Mark Carruthers did last game with a rather aggressive reality, he was able to shoot 250 on this. Jason Cornog on the left side had urethane, and he shot 279, so no problem there. But we are in the round of 16, and we will go through the matches for you very quickly. And we'll start on 29 to 30. It's Kyle Egan coming off a win against number 2 seed Colby Hagemoser. And he's up against Chris Baker, who just beat Chris Hansen on 29 to 30, 31 and 2. Tyler Hearn, who just beat Ricky LaRouche, is up against Bill Beck, who just beat Sarah Gill. And speaking of Sarah Gill, we might have her here in the live stream. Is it really you?
It is.
There you are. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
I have a lot to ask you about, and thanks for coming on and letting me get through the rest of these matches here, and I want to hear what happened. You were pretty kind of lost on the sauce out there,
I know,
unfortunately. But let me get back to that. So you're the person who defeated you, Bill Beck, is against Tyler Hearn on 31 and 2, and we're watching that match right in front of us. And here's Bill right now shooting 248 and does convert it. So on 33 and 4, here's Jeremy Hartbarger, and he's up against Jesse V1V Gibson. Jesse out of the Fairfield area working for the Buddies Pro Shop folks, and Jeremy Hartbarger with a Buddies Pro Shop shirt on, so it'll be a little bit of the battle of the buddies here on 33 and 4. Moving to 35 and 6, it is the battle of the youth. Brandon Vallone, lefty out of the Albany area, up against Andrew Robitaille, the righty, and he just comes up with a 2-8. That'll be to the right of your screen. And Brandon started with a washout and flagged them all, so not a great start here for the youth. The Utes, as they say, will go to 37 and 8. And here's Zach Bogots, who just beat Tim Gugier against Stone Bouchard, who beat Carol's Jean Savals. I'm sure I'm butchering that name. It looks French. We have a lot of folks down from this Canadian area. Scott Hartnett is on 39 and 40 bowling Mark Carruthers. Mark coming off a 270 or 250 game, just taking his reality and dumping it up 3-4-5 and throwing it very well. Jason Cornog coming off 279 is taking on Mike Rubin, and Mike defeated Justin Urbano, and Jason Cornog ran over Ryan Evans, and that's on 43 and 4. Then on 41 and 2 we have Dave Hannigan, who just beat Michael Martell, saying that the lanes were quite different. He was number 1 seed, and he's up against Paul Bajorski, who beat Tim Elsis. So our number 1 and number 2 seeds are gone. Our 3 seed is here. That's Jesse Gibson, and our 4 seed was Chris DeSantos, and he is gone. So it seems like anything can happen in a one-game match, and here we go. So Sarah, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
So great to see you. And you made the trip back up here. Was this
I did.
For any particular reason, or for this tournament, or what are you doing?
Not really. This is our weekend off from traveling. I've been traveling on the road for the last 5 weekends now.
And for those who don't know, you are coaching in Louisiana.
Yes.
For?
Tulane. I'm the assistant coach at Tulane University.
There you go. And our friend Mia Stalakis is down there. And,
yes, she is.
Who else is there that we might know? Anyone?
We have a junior on the team, Morgan from New Jersey. That's about it for East Coasters.
Okay. And congratulations on landing that gig. And we miss you and Corey Umbrella. We came down with you, which was great. And Corey was able to keep his job and do it remotely, as I remember. Doing the hazardous waste thing, so that's great. So let's see how these matches unfold. So tell us about the pattern and how it changed for you. It got quite a bit squirrely. You were really having trouble after seemingly looking pretty good in practice. You were struggling to hit the pocket.
Yeah, so this morning and both in practice this afternoon, I was throwing my Web Tour Hybrid. My absolute go-to ball on shorter patterns. It just sets up nicely for me. I had a pretty good look in practice with it, and then the game started and I rolled the 2-pin forward, and then I had a nice shot after that, and then I missed the head pin consistently. Kept trying to move, kept ball changing, tightening up the line.
It just got tighter?
Yeah, it was like the balls literally just stopped hooking. It was very bizarre.
Wow. Well, it wasn't like there was a lot of urethane dragging it down on your pair.
Yeah.
What do you think was the difference? Any sense of it? Did it change? And let's watch Andrew Robitaille's playing about where you were playing. That just hooked quite a bit. In fact, too much for him.
Yeah, so I talked to Andrew's coach for a little bit and just let him know like what I saw at the end. But he thought that Andrew's line was going to be a little tighter and a little further in than that. It probably looks like maybe he got it to the right a little early on that lane.
And a little jumpy. Now, if you got it outside of 3-4, did you see some reaction out there?
Not really. For me, it just skidded. I kind of got it there late. I never really got it there early, so I kind of missed that.
Well, Jeremy Hartbarger's out there, and he's gone spare triple, so he looks pretty good. And Andrew Robitaille gave a good run at that 3, 4, 6, 7, but only picks off the 6-pin and now is in a fairly deep hole despite the washout miss of Brandon in the first frame because he came back with a double. So here's Bill Beck up on 31-2. He's up against Tyler Hearn. Tyler with an open in the second puts him down by 16 already, and Jesse Gibson, by virtue of Jeremy Hartbarger's triple, is down 20 plus count is 21 for him. So we got some early leads and early deficits right now, and Brandon Malone rips the rack apart on 36. I don't know if you can see that, but a great shot there. And here's Bill Beck through the beak. So do you see them? They run fans here, and I talk about this a lot. And the oil is so thin, and all things considered, I mean, we talk about the difference between 23 mils and 29 mils, which is this huge difference, but there's not very much oil. It's just thin little film. And I bowl league here, and they run the fans, and I think they do change the fronts. Because even on the left, I watched the ball starting to hook earlier. Then they try to move in and go around it in this house. It just doesn't play unless you've got really, really strong hand. I've never seen anyone with huge success run across a whole lot of boards here. And beautiful shot there by Brandon. He comes back with the next 4. And good shot there. Here's Jesse Gibson trying to get back into his match on 33-4. And beautiful shot there. He's inside. That was around 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, I crossed with Jesse earlier today, and he was playing a pretty similar line, like towards the end of the day when we went back down to the low end of the house and things were a little tighter.
Yeah, the high end is where all the leagues are. So you see a lot of tracking out of. Everybody playing the same track because they put the house shot out and everybody's around 10, 11, 12, something like that. And so this end of the house, typically the in front of the desk hooks more, and the low end, is more closed. The desk is in front of like 13 and 14, so it doesn't hook more down.
Yeah.
It's funny, hooks more up here, so it's interesting. Auburn, of course, being a 50-lane house. And got the front 5 here on 37 and 8. That's going to be Zach Buchholz with the front 5. Let's see how he's playing them. See if you can see where this ball crosses for Zach. He's outside, definitely. And make it the front 6 for Zach. And meanwhile, Jeremy Hartbarger gets up ho-hum extends his streak to 5. And now he's looking at. And meanwhile, Andrew Robitaille continues his tough go. That's going to be an interesting pair in the finals.
You better hope you're left-handed.
So this is the end of the use of this pair until the final match. So that's going to be interesting because it looks like Andrew didn't have any better look here than you did. So that's going to be a fun match to call, and we'll see who ends up getting there. And you're right; it would be advisable, perhaps, at this juncture to be left-handed. But you never know. You never know. Perhaps somebody can move in and find something inside, kind of like Jesse has, and even Jeremy inside the edge there. And Brandon Malone gets the mixer, taking out the 5-6-10, and next 5 for him, and that match is basically over. So Brandon already kind of punches his ticket in the 6th frame to go forward. And here's Bill Beck flagging a 10-pin. He did not have a double. Meanwhile, his opponent, Tyler Hearn, has come back with a double, so that match is Tyler Hearn just took the lead, actually, in that match. So lead change there. And there's Jesse trying to push it up the front. He leaves the 3-6-10, and somehow they're all down. Did you see how that actually happened? Because I kind of turned away from it.
Whatever pin it was came out and hit the 6 pin, which then fell into the 3 pin, and then I'm pretty sure the pin that hit the 6 pin knocked the 10 pin backwards.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, it could not have happened at a better time for Jesse, because he was on a double, and that will give him a triple against Jeremy Hartbarger's 5-bagger, and Jesse has not opened, so he's now back to only 20 down and putting a little bit of pressure back on Jeremy because of that hit. And now we need a re-rack. Let's see if we can get that figured out. So, how long are you up for?
I'm here until 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh my gosh, then you're flying back.
Yep.
Okay, well.
And then back to work on Monday.
Back to work on Monday, so you'll be doing Thanksgiving where? Down there?
I'm going to Texas for Thanksgiving.
You are? Okay. And what's there? Might I ask?
My old team, that's all.
There you go, okay. All right, fun. Oh, I remember that, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, going to my old coach's house for Thanksgiving.
That's great, because you're close to there. That's fantastic.
I have the dog, too, and I'd rather not drive back and forth within a month span.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's a long ride. Well, then you're home for Christmas, I assume, and the holidays.
Yeah, so I should be back for NEBA in December, so I'm pretty excited.
10th and 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And it's too bad because you were cruising in the women's series, and by virtue of your absence, you allowed Amanda to come and kind of claim that crown. And you were also in the 4E.
I was.
But you were one of the no-shows on the 4A, which there were many.
I know.
So it turns out we're now we have our 32 for the Paul 4A, and that, by the way, will be at the Norwich tournament. And where you finish in the top 32, if you're in the top 32, where you finish in Norwich, if you're in the top 20 of that list, you get to participate in a prize list with $2,000 on top. So if you win that tournament, it's an immediate $2,000 bonus if you're in the 4A 32. So bingo, bingo, and thanks so much to Chris. And Jeremy Hartbarger, ho-hum, just gets up. It looks like a straightforward Zen. Right up 6, 7, 8, right up the pike, and packs the next 2. He's pacing to 290, where Jesse can get to 259. And this, of course, is the match here on 33 and 4. And Jesse in a must-strike situation here. Can he do it? And buckets. And that's going to pretty much do it for the match right in front of us here, Sarah. And how's Corey doing? I keep reading about amazing scores and tournament wins and things like that, so he seems to like it down there, apparently.
Yeah, for sure. He's actually bowling a tournament today and tomorrow. Today was trios, which apparently didn't go so hot, but tomorrow's back to singles, so.
Yeah, they rely on 2 other people, so
yeah,
you never know. Speaking of which, NEBA Trio's coming up on February 18th. And by the way, the new schedule's out. So if you go to the website and you click on upcoming tournaments, you will see that the upcoming tournaments have been filled in out through, I think it's the year, or might be, I'm not sure how far it goes. I didn't scroll down, but I know we do have the schedule worked out. We are very close to formally announcing where our 1,000th tournament will be, Sarah, and that will be quite an event with representation probably from people like Storm, and I'm sure we'll have some special guests and some added money and some fun stuff there. So looking forward to that. Meanwhile, Brandon Malone in a victory lap here at 35-6. Again, we're looking at that match. Maybe we should take a look left here and look at what's going on down on 29-30. It's Kyle Egan against Chris Baker. Kyle Egan, 1 open and 1 double, but Baker with 2 opens and no doubles. So that's going to be about a 20 or 15 pin lead or so for Kyle Egan down on 29-30. So meanwhile, Bill Beck, by virtue of that missed spare, is going to put himself 4 down to Tyler Hearn, assuming he covers this 10 pin, which he does. And so a fairly close match there, Sarah. I'll say thanks to DJ's Pro Shop. It's John Zawalik, and he's here in Auburn, and I saw him giving a bunch of lessons yesterday and drills lots of bowling balls. Very busy in the Pro Shop he's got right there next to the desk here at Auburn, and a longtime sponsor of NEBA, so thanks so much to John. Tomorrow is our Tournament of Champions, of course. There's room to walk in if you'd like to. It's a 10 a.m. single squad tournament, and then we go right into the finals with no re-oil, so with double elimination. Today is single elimination. Tomorrow will be 2-game elimination format. Not double, not like you have to lose twice, but it's 2-game total elimination for the bracket tomorrow. So with a single tournament, we did agree to not re-oil when we go through a tournament like that. So, and Jeremy Hartbarger missed once, God forbid, and now pacing to 250. So you can see, Sarah, that if you get the right pair and you get the right matchup, big games are definitely here, but you can also be way down on this pattern if you get lost, as some people have. It's boy, you can really put yourself in the hole early. So we're seeing a lot of lopsided matches here. It's interesting that this Bill Beck Tyler Hearn match is really close here on 31-2 with Beck sparing. Beck with 206 possible. And right now Tyler Hearn cruising at a 191 pace, so anybody's match there. And let's see how Mark Carruthers is doing after that 270 game. He's got a triple, but he's also got a couple of opens. And his opponent looks like he has an open and a 5-bagger. So looking like Mark is down in his match. And meanwhile, Brendan Malone will officially advance. Good shot there by Jesse. Unfortunately, even though Jesse's going to shoot possible 237, he's going to lose by 30. Jeremy Hartbarger's 260 game. So 230 is a good game pretty much across the board here just about, Sarah. It's too bad he ran up against Jeremy, who's got that great shot. Now, Jeremy got that right. You see that come screaming back off the drive.
Yeah.
Now, what would those shots do on 35-6, do you think?
Honestly, I have no idea. Probably, I mean, if you kept it tighter on the lane, it seemed to be okay for the most part. So he probably would be okay because he's a little further in. Yeah,
I wonder if it's just tracked up or something strange happened in the gutter or there's some topography issues there. And I probably should know, being my house, but on the right I don't know so much. I can tell you what's going on a lot of pairs on the left, and a lot of times there's pairs that are, it doesn't follow the normal left lane dryer or right lane dryer rule here, because they put down a lot of new panels in the last few years, and obviously those new panels are harder and represent longer skid, not as much friction. So interesting how it all works. So
looks like Tyler Hearn just gave the lead back to Bill Beck.
Yeah, he just went, looks like 5-2. Did you see what the split was? I didn't see it.
It was the, what was it? The 3, 4, 6, 7, 10.
Oh, so through the beak.
Yeah.
Almost a Greek church. So trouble there. So now he's pacing at 173 with a 193 maximum, and Bill Beck at 186 pacing. So grind out match definitely here. And meanwhile, on 29 and 30, Chris Baker has left a washout. Big shot here for Tyler Hearn, gets it, and keeps the 193 dream alive, because each of these bowlers, I think, has one double. And Chris Baker pacing to 165 maximum, and his opponent will be in the 190s. So match on 29 and 30 is over. And here's Bill Beck. Bill would need a double somewhere in here to lock this up. Gets it out. See, he's playing out. And guess what? It went right through the break. Does that look familiar?
Yeah, for the most part.
Sorry, I don't mean to rub it in.
No, you're good.
That looked like exactly what happened to you. I mean, I think he threw that well. I think he feels like he threw it well, and it just pushed through the pattern.
Yeah.
So. And now he's got 195 total. Possible, leading by 12. So it will be Kyle Egan advancing. It will be Zach Bolgotz advancing. It will be Jeremy Hartbarger.
And Brandon.
Advancing. It'll be Brandon. That's half. And Tyler Hearn and Beck is outstanding. Ryan, Kyle is moving forward, and we can't see a lot of the matches up here, but we'll have to see.
Looks like Mike Rubin won his match.
Mike Rubin. All right. Again, over Jason Cornog.
Yes.
2 big games just now. So. All right. Mike, beautiful shot. I was comparing him to Mike Fagan. The way he throws it. Did you know him before this?
Mike Fagan?
No, Mike Rubin.
No, not really.
Yeah.
I saw him bowl some PBA regionals that Corey was bowling, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this shot by Bill Beck. Beautiful shot. Right through the pocket. Stone 9. And now he has no chance to shut out Tyler Hearn. He can shoot 184. Hearn will need, if Beck can make this and get at least 9, Hearn will need a double. Oh, what do you got, Dave Hannigan?
Yeah. His stuff's on the rack, at least. You just put it down, so I'm assuming it's a win.
Dave Hannigan, winner over Paul Bajorski. Yeah, sometimes we just have to see who shows up for their next match.
I know Crothers lost.
Yeah, that's right. Scott Hartnett. We only need one more.
Yep.
We need the Tyler Hearn Bill Beck result, and then we have everybody. So here we go. So it will be Dave Hannigan against Mike Rubin. That'll be on 39 and 40. It will be Scott Hartnett, who shot 56 over, then shot 250 his first finals game, against either Tyler Hearn or Bill Beck. Now let's see if Bill can get at least 9 here to get to 183 to make Tyler double. Kyle Egan over Chris Baker. Zach Bolgotz will advance. It'll be Kyle against Zach on 41 and 2. Jeremy Hartbarger against Brandon Vallone. And what did he do there? Did he go through the beak for 7?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
For 181.
181, so that means now Tyler just needs the first one, and then 9 spare will do it.
Spares don't matter. You have to throw 8 back. I had no mistakes.
Jesse Gibson saying, spares don't matter, I have to throw 8 back. Can he get the first one? Comes up late for a 2-pin. It's over. Bill Beck will advance. And we will be back for the round of 8. I'm going to put you on the spot right now, Sarah. Who's your winner? The round of 8 is when we normally pick it.
I'm going to go Mike Rubin.
You got to like Mike Rubin. He throws it beautifully. I'm going to go with,
Hi, Jesse.
honestly, and this is going to sound with a little bit of house knowledge. I'm going to go with Brandon Vallone. I love his game. Very smooth. Lefty.
That's
at
true.
Auburn. And, that's a factor, unfortunately.
That is a factor.
Go from there. 171 for Tyler Hearn. We'll be right back, folks, with the round of 8. Thanks so much, Sarah, for sitting in. Can you stay around, or are you out of here?
No, I'm good. I'm staying at my parents' house. It's only like 10 minutes away.
Okay,
so we're
very
good.
cool. All right, if you can stay around the next round, we'll talk. Okay, talk to you later. See you guys. We'll be right back for the round of 8. Good stuff. It's fun, huh?